The season began with one of the sport's classics, the Monte Carlo. For over 60 years, it's thrown the worst of the January weather, the Alps Maritimes, and a grueling schedule at the cruise. This year's event would prove even tougher. With new restrictions on servicing and reduced tyre supplies as a result, it added to the challenge as the crews prepared for the start of a new season.
T'as bien dormi?
Mieux que d'habitude.
That's what I said to Sunday.
Yes, yeah, in the US car, yeah. It was actually on top of...
I don't know, it's difficult to say because with the new regulation, I think many drivers can win this year because we don't know the choice of tire and we don't know the condition of the weather, and it's very difficult to give you a prognostic, and I have no idea at the moment.
I think my chances are not bad, but I mean, we have to see first how the new regulations are fitting to us and to our car, if we do the right tire choice or not, and it makes it very difficult. It's more a game now, and I mean, in a game, you know, you need a lot of luck, and I don't know how that will end.
The Monte's a bit of a lottery, really, because of, well, in the past, the changing weather conditions and not having the right tyres in the car, and this year it's even worse. We have to drive a lot of stages. I think probably today we'll be lucky if we have a correct tyre choice. We've always just to make a compromise all the time, so really you just have to be very careful in this rally. It's easy to make a mistake and go off the road. If you're willing to take the chance, you can be very quick here, but it's a big chance to take.
We don't know what happened with now with power, with the tire. It's very difficult to choose a tire before the stage, and yesterday we spoke about what tire we take, and some stage we don't know because we need to do two stage, and if the weather change, we can lose a lot.
The start of the Monte Carlo Rally 1995, and Colin McRae took first blood, fastest on the opening stage at Saint-Pierreville. The Scot hit trouble on special stage 2, sliding off the road and losing over 2 minutes. McRae fought back with another fastest stage time, but he went off the road again on the 36-kilometre Sisteron stage, this time permanently.
About 10 k's into the Sisteron stage on the notes, we had patchy ice marked on one left-hander fairly quick, maybe 5th gear. But the problem is the gravel crew or the ice note crew go over 3 hours before, so you could see the two tracks, but the two tracks by that time were black ice, so we obviously backed off when we heard the caution for the ice, but it just wasn't enough, and the car just slid to the outside of the road and off the bank.
McRae's problems promoted Sainz into the lead. The former double world champion was giving a more measured start to this event. But that didn't prevent the Spaniard from hitting trouble too in the changeable conditions. Rapid recovery, but Sainz, as with all the other crews, was having trouble selecting the right tyres and was coming under pressure from Delacour's Ford on the second leg. The Italian Piero Liatti, on his debut with the Subaru team, had a lucky escape. He spun at the same place as McRae, but was able to continue, just outside the top 10, as Carlos started the final leg of the rally as the leader. So, mixed fortunes for the Subaru team, but Sainz out in front for the third and final day. The reigning world champions Toyota fielded a full team of 3 of the new Celica GT4s for the first time. But like his teammates, Didier Auriol was struggling with handling problems. Despite the support from his home crowd, the reigning champion was only 5th fastest, despite pushing the Celica to the very limit. Juha Hankinen was struggling too, feeling that his Toyota was down on power as well. The Finn, with co-driver Welshman Nicky Grist on board, was still running well. He set 3 fastest stage times and was holding on to 4th place. third Toyota, driven by German Armin Schwarz, was just outside the top 5 too. But on the very next stage, something was obviously wrong with the Toyota's rear suspension. A rock had broken the wishbone, giving the German unwanted four-wheel steering. But he survived to start the final leg in 8th place, with his teammate Juha Kankkunen 4th and Didier Auriol 5th. The crowd were willing to do anything for a better view of their hero Delacour, who was spearheading the Ford attack. It must have been a wild ride for Catherine Françoise on her debut as his co-driver, as Delacour reeled in Sainz's early advantage. Mind you, the Frenchman wasn't too happy with the new format of the event, being forced to turn into mechanics because of the new service restrictions.
Cannot be concentrate on a 40-kilometer stage and after to do 30 minutes mechanics. I change the brake, the front brake. I remove also the studs on the tire. Then normally you have 30 minutes to be relaxed and to have some rest, and you have to do some mechanics. Then this is really stupid.
Notwithstanding his aversion to spanner work, Delacour now was in a real position to challenge for the lead, ably supported by the Belgian Bruno Thierry in the second escort. The RAS Motorsport prepared car was performing perfectly. Despite some problems with tyre choices in the rapidly changing conditions, Thierry would start the third and final leg in a strong 6th place. Strong French-speaking support for the Belgian Bruno Thierry. 2nd and 6th for Ford, but Mitsubishi could well spoil the Ford-Subaru battle. They start the 1995 championship headed by Tommi Mäkinen, using last year's Evo 2 model with a new car on the way for later in the season. The Finn's making his debut with the Mitsubishi team and was right on the limit from the very word go. Swift handbrake turn to regain the right direction. Mäkinen at least found a soft snowbank, which allowed the Lancer to continue in a fine 3rd place. But for a demonstration of just how hard the Finn is pushing the Mitsubishi, just watch out for the red-hot brake discs. Mäkinen's teammate for the Monte Carlo was the experienced Italian Andrea Aghini. Ex-Lancia, ex-Toyota, he's the ideal tarmac expert to match Mäkinen's blue surface ability. And he's pretty spectacular on the snow too. It's a final round performance which culminates in a 7th place start for the final leg with Mäkinen 3rd. And equally spectacular were the Formula 2 Renault Clio Maxis of Jean Ragnotti and Philippe Bugalski. The 2-litre front-wheel drive cars were 9th and 10th after frequently humbling some of the turbocharged 4-wheel drive opposition. So with 2 of the legs completed and 1 still to go, it's Carlos Sainz with a slender 12-second lead over François Delacour, with Mäkinen in the Mitsubishi 3rd ahead of the Toyotas. It's all to play for on the final night.